What's up everyone, my name's PC from Charlie Intel. So the Call of Duty player base is ever changing. In fact, every single year there's an entire new generation of gamers entering the gaming industry and also the Call of Duty ecosystem. So imagine today's your 12th birthday, for example, and you've got a Xbox One or a PlayStation 4 for your birthday, and bundled with one of those is Advanced Warfare. Now it's likely that Advanced Warfare is your very first Call of Duty and you've not played any previous Call of Duty title in your life, unless of course you've been playing since you were 5 years old. I know they exist, I've heard it on my mic before and it's pretty horrendous and a traumatic experience, but either way, likely Advanced Warfare is your very first game if you're getting your first Xbox One or PlayStation 4. And for that reason you haven't experienced any previous Call of Duty title, whether it be Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, perhaps in the more recent Call of Duty Ghosts. Some could say you haven't missed out by not playing that game, but either way you haven't witnessed the evolution of the Call of Duty franchise since 2003, so it's changed a lot. I think we can all admit. I know some people are skeptical and saying it's kind of like a rehash every single year, but realistically speaking, Call of Duty has changed massively, most notably with Advanced Warfare, with exosuits and so on, exo abilities. I know some people aren't liking it, some people just want it to go back to the core experience as seen in Call of Duty 4, for example, but realistically, as with everything in life, they have to evolve to improve and to become more compatible with the wider audience, which of course is good for Activision because it means they get more sales. Now, for the player base to change is very much expected. It pretty much happens in every industry and every franchise. As generations change, as does the general uptake of that particular franchise, whether it be sales, opinion, interest, and for that reason also the franchise has to evolve for the new generation of people. Now the same applies to Call of Duty. It's been around for almost 12 years. Once Treyarch releases their game in November 2015, that is literally 12 years of Call of Duty. Pretty depressing to think. I feel really old. I'm only 22, but literally Call of Duty 4 is what, like 6-7 years old now? Really crazy to think. But either way, with a new generation of players entering the Call of Duty franchise comes a whole new generation of thoughts, opinions and interests in the Call of Duty franchise as well. So as we were saying, if you're young and you're playing Advanced Warfare for the first time, your thoughts and opinions on the Call of Duty franchise are going to differ hugely in comparison to that of a Call of Duty veteran who's been playing since Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, 4 for example, and for that reason your opinions are going to clash entirely. And I think that's happening right now. I think there's definitely a clash of opinions in the Call of Duty community right now in terms of what direction they should take in their next game. Of course, we have some people who want to see the franchise go back into World War II, for example. We have others who want to see the franchise stay as it is or go into modern times, go into future times. They're not too bothered because they really enjoy the futuristic stuff, likely because, again, they're younger, they haven't experienced the World War II days, they haven't experienced the modern times of the Modern Warfare franchise. And in many respects, rightly so. You can't expect some kid who's just turned old enough to get their first Xbox or PlayStation for their birthday to have played every single Call of Duty title in existence. So if they're playing Advanced Warfare for the first time, they're obviously not going to know what Call of Duty 4 was like, and therefore their opinion is going to differ completely to what my opinion might be of the Call of Duty franchise. So personally, I started playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2. I did revisit Call of Duty 1 at a late stage just so I could experience it, but either way, Call of Duty 2 was my first Call of Duty in general, and therefore I might think that Advanced Warfare isn't so great because it's taken away from the core Call of Duty experience, whereas a kid who's just started playing Advanced Warfare as their first Call of Duty title is going to think that the movement mechanics, for example the exosuit, is a necessity going forward. So when Treyarch come along with their next game, they might even introduce their own movement mechanic which is similar to the exosuit, and they're going to think that's amazing, whereas the veteran Call of Duty community are going to think, oh my god, another exosuit or another movement mechanic which we don't want. We just want to go back to the core experience. We don't want any of this crazy movement. We don't want any of these exo abilities. We just want really core experiences, really core kill streaks and all that kind of things. Basic guns, no lasers, all that kind of thing. So part of me thinks a lot of this comes down to nostalgia. So if you're a veteran Call of Duty player who spent many hours in Call of Duty 4, for example, and many of the games that followed after Call of Duty 4 just don't compare to that experience because you loved it so much, and whether it be down to age, you're playing with your friends at school and so on, or you just had a really good experience in that particular game, sometimes it's very difficult to compete with that in terms of your general interest in the following games. So Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Ghosts and so on, if it doesn't match the experience you had during Call of Duty 4, you might think it's not as good in many respects and therefore lose interest and think they need to go back to the Call of Duty 4 days. And to be fair, that's totally understandable, given the fact, of course, it applies to loads of things in life, whether it be, I don't know, you hear a song for the first time in years and it brings back particular memories. The same concept applies to the Call of Duty franchise, and I think a lot of people are waiting for that particular game that allows them to relive the same kind of fun they had during the days of Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. So the differing opinions in the Call of Duty community is totally valid. I think both sides have an argument, but at the same time, I think we also have to respect the fact that the newer generation of Call of Duty players also have a very, very different opinion as to how they think that the Call of Duty franchise should progress, and rightly so, of course, because they haven't played it for as long as the more veteran players, and at the same time they'll probably be buying Call of Duty well beyond the older player base of the Call of Duty franchise. But anyway guys, I really want to hear your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about everything I've said in this video, if you agree, if you disagree, and be sure to let me know again in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for further Charlie Intel content going forward. I appreciate watching this video, and be sure to check out my video for tomorrow as well. Anyway guys, goodbye.